On this week's episode, we have Konami's summer schedule. What are we going to do with Yu-Gi-Oh for the next few months? And also, we have a return of a certain old archetype. That's mysterious. We are the Cowboy4Game podcast. I'm Bragg, and once again, I'm joined here today by Andrew.
Hello.
How was your week in Yu-Gi-Oh, man?
Pretty quiet this week. It is the good old exam period at university, so I skipped locals this week, but I'm going to narrow locals tomorrow.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, we're recording a little bit later in the week. Sorry for that. Things just come up. I mean, you have to shuffle your deck continuously. Yes. And what the hell was I doing, actually? Oh, yeah, my Yu-Gi-Oh week wasn't very... It was just goat-filled. It was goat and judging tournaments. And there's Lucky Drew's goat right there for all your video.
It's getting there.
For the video people.
I will have goat.
For people subscribe to the audio feed, thank you very much for subscribing. We much appreciate it. We also have a YouTube channel, which we do mostly the podcast now, but we have a wide variety of videos if you need a YCS Sydney recap. Maybe one day we'll get back to it. I don't know. But otherwise...
we just need more significant events. Like, the last thing we had was... We recapped the Nara, and we kind of did that, like, just here on the podcast, really. So, it's kind of melded into the one. But we'll still do significant deck profiles and such if we have, some good results. If myself or any of the boys go into Oceanics in a week and a bit. 2 weeks, sorry, 3 weeks. Almost 3 weeks.
According to the later news, 3 weeks.
Yeah, we'll be sure to hit that up if we go all right. Oh, I'll probably just do one anyway. Just for everyone to have like a millionth zoo profile.
Yeah. Otherwise, email us at teamc4g@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you people. And yeah, thank you very much. Anyway, products out this week, nothing. A good old sweet nothing.
It's a quiet week in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, it especially was like... And both the local tournaments were pretty damn quiet for us in Wollongong. And I don't
see what happens when I don't rock up. Everyone's like, "Nah, screw that."
Yeah, well, definitely a thing, especially on Sunday as well. Like the last day before the ban list hit was definitely an uneventful one. Not really I was thinking about rocking up and doing it, but it wasn't a Player of the Year tournament or anything. So. I've already got everything. I've got everything I need from the tournament packs. So
no one gave their final salute to good old Norden and such.
Yeah, no one actually. Yeah, no one. But otherwise, anyway. So with that season all done and all that, we're looking forward to national season for the rest of the people. Actually, no national season results. Oh damn! I didn't bring up the results. Uh-oh.
My God.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for these results.
Yeah. Classic me. The one time I need to do a web viewing thing, I don't have it ready.
I'll just entertain people with my draws. Yeah. Let's see what we got. In opening hand, we have... Ooh, Polly. I'm trying that because I'm a scrub. DD Assailant. Magician of Faith. Seiken. And United We Stand. Which is also something I probably shouldn't play, but at the moment I'm kind of filling until I get better cards.
Yeah. You know we stand goes pretty good.
On BLS, it's insane.
Let's close that.
Oh, and the tomato on the draw.
Anyway, so national season is all wrapped up and done. So we had our Australian Nats on last weekend as well, actually. The last one before the ban list. Looking across all the European ones, because they finally submitted all their results. Quite a few Zodiac, but there's definitely a few interesting ones. Kuwait had a Dinos win out. That's the thing with all their. I don't know how they've done it, but yeah, with all their national results, they definitely have. There seems to be a few. The meta seems more diverse than it actually has any business. Like that is not right. We all know how it was.
Yeah.
Oh, Cliff Wars won a Dragon Jewel.
Jeez. I've actually found at the moment with the meta, between versing online people and locals and such, I used to go for the combo where you get that one little extra draw with Emerald at the end of the zoo combo, but I pretty religiously go into Abyss Dweller now, if I open.
Yeah, so
Abyss Dweller, Detach and Standby, because if you got Tricking or Dinos, you're pretty much stunned for the turn, opposed to getting OTK.
Well, you're just giving away your insight, mate.
Oh, well, No, I think it's become a bit of a standard practice. I think with a few people for sure. Like you always go into one rank 4, but most people will keep Dweller in there. But I think it's just worth risking. Worst case scenario is that don't get hurt by Dweller. No worries, you don't do it in the next game or later on. But if it's just between getting hit by all the back row from bloody True King, shit's good.
Oh yeah. Apparently, what else is good in Hungary is DDDs.
No shit.
If anyone wants to have a look on yugioh.com and like all the national results winners, ABC won Israel. No, as well. How weird. Fluffles won a Dragon Duel as well. I find that pretty fitting. Invokers, Quick Draw Turbo, Fan Deck. Oh, you send you. God damn. So those are all the names of things that have topped this meta across the board somehow. So, I mean...
So Zoo and Trudraco have like taken a short break.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I'm definitely like cherry picking here, the rest of them. But like, these are people that have won nationals, right? You've got to assume like a lot of that other meta. If anyone is from Hungary and wants to submit their let us know your nationals rap. That'll be interesting to see how DDD took it out. Because like that combo was... I mean, what's the point in running DDD combo if you can just run the Zodiac combo? Maybe that's my problem.
I just found I would have thought DDDs more than ever would be terrible just due to so many people running the Ash Blossoms and the Ghost Ogres, and I know that their combos have always been really susceptible to interruption.
Yeah. Oh, so that's looking in the past. We'll look to the future a little bit later because Konami did their weird summer schedule thing, which is definitely something we're going to talk about. But first, some product stuff. So the set after Circuit Break will be called Extreme Force. Another Extreme pack. Extreme! And also, speaking of Circuit Break, they're going to have a token-related theme, apparently, which I think has something to do with that security pass spell that we got, which makes a generic token to use. And then Mecha Phantom Beasts and Noble Knights. Apparently we'll get more support. Which makes sense.
Phantom Beasts?
Yeah, which makes sense. That pack also had the Fire King stuff as well, so they're definitely picking...
Wouldn't that be crazy if Mecha Phantom Beasts just become, like, mad good in Link?
Yeah, it's... I mean... Yeah.
Just Link Spider all day.
Their token generation is a little bit... Like, obviously, you think, oh, yeah, that's the thing. Like, they go, oh, there would be a token-related theme in Circuit Break. It's like, well, we already got Phantom Beast. Just give them the boost. But then it was followed up by that. Like, and also, that's a rumor. Not so much. We don't know any cards yet.
Yeah, so it's not the... I think Phantasm is the archetype that's on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro that has been using a lot of token stuff. I'm not sure if it's the same thing or not, but...
No, they're thinking it will be another token theme. And then, obviously, you got Noble Knights, which, for an OCG pack, to go... Which makes sense, actually. I mean, like, they've moved into the realm of everyone, so... I wonder what they could get. Morgana. Yeah, get Morgana. And then she can be, like, the Dante of them. That'll be sick. Let's do it. Actually, I don't remember Merlin was actually kind of good as well.
Yeah, Merlin was alright.
Yeah,
he did a thing.
By Noble Knight standards, obviously not by, rest of everything standards, but yeah, it takes a... Kaiju's is still a thing though, so yeah. And in more breaking product news, we brought special guest Logie Bear back in. Alrighty, so we have there's a new pack in the OCG that they've just announced. It is called something Spirit Warriors. Jewel. Yeah, it's a bit weird. And I thought I'd read this before. I'm like, oh, and we don't have like a confirmed TCG import of it. But in interesting things, it has Six Samurai, new ones. Woohoo! They're called the Shadow Six Samurais, apparently. So we got Shadow Six Samurai Gemba. It is a Fire Warrior tuner, 500, 2100 defense, level 2. See, these levels are dumb.
It's Kagamusha.
Yeah. When this card's normal summon, you can target one of your banished Six Samurai monsters, add it to your hand.
Anishi, right?
I don't know. Six Samurais don't really banish, but do they?
Anishi, the Anishi is the level 4 and the Grand Elder, both banished to bounce a card on the field.
See, look, I was trying to be smart by throwing to what else they've put in here, but no, you're right. So you're like Anishi and the other one. Yeah, good point.
I know my please.
Yeah, I know. That's why I brought you in, man. Hatsumi, Shadow 6 Samurai, level 3, Water Warrior, 1600, 1500. You can only use this card's name. You can only use its number 1 effect once per turn. You can banish 2 6 Samurai monsters from either your graveyard or face up on your field. Target 1 6 Samurai in your graveyard. Special summon it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep. If you control exactly 1 6 Samurai monster, so it has a 6 Samurai protection effect as well.
Nice.
Kizaru, level 4, 1900. Oh, actually, the translation of this. Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization already translated these little bastards with 19,000 attack apparently, and 1,000
Yeah,
defense.
no.
So that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
When this card's special summon, you can add 1 6 Samurai monster that does not share the same attribute with any monster you control from your deck to your hand. And blah blah blah. Then their big one, Shadow 6 Samurai Rihan. It is a light warrior fusion effect monster, level 5, 2400 attack, 2400 defense.
Wait. Not Xian.
Rihan.
So not.
No.
That's new because every other boss monster has been Xian. And a fusion.
Yes. Anyway, so it's a fusion. We don't know how many materials because the text is really, really small. Must first be special summoned from your extra deck by sending the above cards you control to the graveyard. You do not use polymerization. Cannot be used as a fusion material itself. Once per turn, you can banish 1 6 Samurai card from your graveyard you control face up to target 1 card in the field and banish it. Now, it's a ignition effect. And if the 6 Samurai monsters would be destroyed... Oh, it has the... what's the dragon one called? The Revival of Dragon Lords? Return of the Dragon Lords. Yeah, so it has a Return of the Dragon Lords effect when it's in the graveyard. So how about that? Question mark 6 Samurai monsters with different attributes.
Yeah.
If this is 2... My god. Anyway, so Logan, are you going to be playing these 6 Samurais?
They sound interesting. It might depend on how many materials the fusion needs. I do like some of them, like the banish to summon one back out is neat. I can see that being used because it's the 1 card Xian, or depending on how many materials the fusion needs, and all that, it might be a 1 card fusion. So that's neat. Some of the other ones are quite good. They're stronger than a lot of the old 6 Samurais we used to chuck in just for names. So yeah, I definitely could see myself putting in a couple of these if I was to play 6 Samurais. It depends on, I guess, the meta at the time and when it comes out. If it's fast enough to keep up with that or strong enough to keep up with it, then I'd consider them.
This comes out in late August or early September, either of the ones. So that'll be 3 months after there. So that's 3 months after 8 or 9's December time, Logan.
It also depends on how well, I guess, we'll find out how this works with link summoning, which was why I was surprised when they said fusion monster, because I was really expecting a link monster.
Yeah, it's all about leaving up the wall. Like you're only going to have to choice between going into this or going into the thingamajiggy.
A lot of the old Samurais were Earth type.
No, they were different. Each one was a different attribute.
Oh, yeah.
And then the elder ones were Earth.
Don't drink and play Yu-Gi-Oh, kids. All right, I'm going back to bed.
Anyway, he's gone back to bed, and in a fun twist, let's kill him. Whoop. In a great twist, I also later on say that 6 Samurai aren't going to be good later in this podcast. Nice little spoiler, so ignore me then. So Andrew, we got more product news. We're getting the Yu-Gi-Oh! Kyber collection boxes on top of the freaking tins. They're going to keep hammering out this bullshit. We get the Yu-Gi-Oh! So the Yu-Gi collector box will have one starter deck with the Yu-Gi Reloaded starter deck, which, my god, in comparison to our Link starter deck, that starter deck was complete shit. 50 cards, a whole bunch of, a lot of the stuff's on theme, but then they just shove random spellcaster stuff in there. And the same with the Kyber one.
Mystical space stuff in. Needs another reprint.
I think Typhoon's in there. Dark Hole's in them, so that's okay. But when I read Yu-Gi Reloaded, I'm like, wait, does that mean my head went back to the original Evolution reprint one that I was talking about before, in real life. But no, this is they did this deck about 2 or 3 years ago. I'm pretty sure, maybe 3. It was a little while ago.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fuck, maybe 4. otherwise.
I think it was before I started playing with this, so yeah, it might be.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why they're putting in this collector box, because they didn't sell much because people realized they were pretty crap. And it kind of brings up that they've been trying this nostalgia push for a few years now.
Yeah, with the Red Eyes revamp, the Buster Blade reprint, the the Dark Magician revamp, Blue Eyes. Yeah, like pretty much every iconic monster from OG is like they're trying to push some archetype. All of which Blue Eyes was the only one who's had a reasonable, resurgence of.
Yeah.
Though that Buster Blade lock is pretty intense if it ever gets off.
Buster Blader, huh? That might be a deck to run. And then what else you get in these collector boxes is 3 of the Yugi booster packs and 3 of the Kaiba booster packs, the Duelist packs. Now, for all the shit that I gave the starter decks, the Yugi and Kaiba's Duelist packs are pretty damn alright, especially the ultis, which is maybe something that would have saved that last Duelist pack if it had ulti versions of cards. Because the Ultipod Agreed reprint, man. Let's go. And I
take it they're worth a fair bit.
Yeah, well, a reasonable amount. I just want them, and we'll want it for Goat, because that ulti doesn't look too bad actually. And now Chaos Emperor Dragon's actually an ulti in this pack as well, and I want to know if they're reusing packs that they just never sold, or if they've reprinted it, we might get the Chaos Emperor Dragon errata finally.
Yeah, well, we've been waiting on that because as soon as we get the errata, that means we can get it back in the next list, which was due in August, I think was the prediction, wasn't it?
We will talk about that when we get to the summer schedule, which is right now. I said schedule, not schedule. It's a bit weird. Anyway, we can jump right back to the end of this summer, winter, whatever, wherever you may be living. But yeah, so Konami did something rare and actually laid out their whole plans and were pretty transparent with some stuff. And while more transparent than they normally are. So they announced some more details for Pendulum Evolution. Actually, no. Since we're just talking about that ban list thing, we'll jump right to the ban list part. The new tournament season will start in the end of August, and then they will start planning a new Forbidden list. And they predict probably be mid-September at the soonest for a new ban list.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. So that's when we get Firewall to 1.
But then they said possibly later. Firewall would only been out for a few weeks because Code of Duels comes out on August 4th.
True.
So, and then actually something I mentioned with Code of the Duelist was, we know that the sneak peek card is called Vendread Hound Horde. And it's called a rabid zombie dog. So, zombie time. I wonder if this will be a tuner dog. That'd be kind of cool. It won't be a link.
I'd love an undead version of Raiko, was it? The last one dog?
Oh, yeah. Wow, that'd be cool.
That'd be so good. That'd be so cool.
Actually, that would make sense because they're doing...
He's already getting his edgy reprint in the Twilight Swans.
Yeah.
But now we need the undead one. We need someone to have killed him, like in good old... what's it called? The Will Smith movie, where his dog dies.
Oh, god damn. That's... Jeez, this took a dark turn real quick.
Yeah.
That's so
but the
sad.
good news is that dog is coming back as a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Just like it did in the movie.
Oh. That, or it's a crazy Resident Evil dog.
Oh, yeah, those ones with the heads that, split apart.
Yeah, those things fucked me up as a kid. And
Jeez.
kid, I mean, relative, older than a fair amount of people. That movie isn't that old. Even
No,
though it is.
it's true. No, they've aged worse than you think.
Yeah, I was rewatching them. They're pretty funny. They're a guilty pleasure. They're definitely a good watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't see the new one yet. I was actually going to go to the cinemas to see it, but,
It's okay. That's the way I'd put it. It was a good...
The Unky Drew recommendation.
Oh, tick of approval. I think it's a good enough Resident movie.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah. Lord Friendzone's in that, right? From the Game of Thrones. He's back. Jorah Mormont.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's been in it for long before he was in
but
Game of Thrones. But yeah, you're right.
He was meant to... Wasn't he in the helicopter?
It's a bit of a spoiler if I kind of
Okay, never mind. All right,
say that kind of stuff.
He better be a zombie dog.
But yes, he was in previous movies, and yes, he's in this one, and it's not flashbacks or anything. So
his voice is actually the zombie dog. It turns up like
there's actually some crazy plot things that happen at the end of that, which is the only reason. I think it was this main redeeming factor.
keen has it been? I know I'm doing right after this. Downloading it. Oh, I mean, legally acquiring it. Otherwise, moving on back to the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So we also got some more, jumping back to more recent, in a week's time. Pendulum Evolution, we get, so 10 Ultra Rares, Pendulum themed cards, so all the Ultra Rares are connected to Pendulum cards. 50 Super Rare reprints, including some of the best Pendulum cards ever released. Two Ultra Rare rares per pack. So instead of the 1 and 4, 2 Ultras, which I think they have done that printing structure before, actually. Now I think about it.
Also, 2 Ultras and 3 Supers, or...
Yeah, 2 Ultras, 3 Supers, I'm pretty sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So that rather than doing 1 Secret, 4 Supers, we go 2 Ultras, 3 Supers.
Yeah, hopefully they didn't do any short printing stuff, because this is meant to be the structure deck import, so hopefully they go, no. Across the board, we all get the cards you need, but you put in a little bit of money. I'm not sure how I'm going to run that deck. I think I might just stick to Odd Eyes. I don't know about the new Astrograph and stuff, which will go End Time Star Magician. Pendulum Evolution will be legal for a bunch of Oceanic, European, and the North American WCQ, but it won't be legal for the Central America or South America WCQ because they're a couple weeks later. So in a week's 10 days time, we get the Europe and Central America World Championship qualifiers. Then July, the first weekend in July, we have the South American and Oceanics. That's weird. If it's out for longer, why would they let it go for Europe? And then the North America WCQ, the end of it all is the 8th and 9th of July. So that's... and for the European Championship, they've got the giant cards. Rescue Cat's going to be a giant card, let's get it. For the store. And Ash Blossom Magist, like a bunch of True King stuff. Perform Pal Sky Magician for some reason. Ugh. And then the 2 cards from Pendulum Evolution.
You know what they'll do for us is they'll go to the Oceanic one and they'll be like, we could have done it as Secret Rare, but here's Gold Rare.
Yeah, oh god. Yeah, well, I mean, it will be the whatever they call the rarity of it. What do they call it?
The parallel rare?
Yeah,
it was a very specific parallel. Like they called it whatever the name what was the pack called again? Dual Saga. Yeah, Dual Saga Parallel Rare, I think is what they referred it to.
And I mean, it shows how much of a short memory we have because we've definitely said it on this on this podcast before. Anyway, we'll move this little truck along. Lights Revenge, Battle Legends. We already knew about the Minerva reprint. They confirmed there'll be 30 new cards for the TCG in there.
That's cool.
They say dozens of reprints of the hottest monsters from the last few years that will knock your socks off.
No, not my socks. That is, I really was getting fond of my socks.
Yeah, well, I'm not wearing any.
Now, well, shit. Ooh,
So,
just got hot in here. All right.
Whatever you're into, mate.
Yes.
All right.
Enjoy your socks while they last, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, because I mean, apparently, I want. So, what do you think? Like a big reprint that will knock your socks off. What do you think that will be?
If legitimate, like if we're talking legitimate, then Chaos Emperor Dragon would be probably a good one to drop at that point.
Revenge, mate.
Oh, Cypherame Omega.
I don't know how that works in...
Ulti JD reprint?
Well, they do say all foil, and they didn't specify.
These are the questions.
I'm still calling all the what do you call them?
Maybe relinquished reprint.
Oh no, light monsters, man! Come on, the morale attack and all those dickheads. Artifacts. Yeah, definitely calling the artifacts, but I don't think they're knock your socks off worthy reprints.
So knock your socks off. If we can interpret that as something that's had no, or maybe at most one reprint.
Last few years.
Like that's why I think it'd be something like Cypherame Omega. Like he's still never been reprinted. Break Sword maybe as well. They're not. Omega's light.
Omega's wind, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
My God.
I thought it was wind. I mean, actually, you're probably right. Because all the Cypherams are meant to be light, right? Hey, nice.
Omega is definitely light, yep.
Okay, well, there you go. Omega reprint done.
Yeah, I think Omega could be a good reprint. Like, Omega's always held a pretty firm-ish price.
Breaksword's dark though, yeah.
Breaksword is dark, but he could knock your socks off.
Here you go. He'll be another Dante reprint as well.
Detach 1 to knock socks off.
Maybe I'm focusing too much on the Last Revenge. I don't know what else could be reprinted in this that would knock our socks off.
Dante reprint.
Yeah, I already said that. And then Crystal, because
Ulti.
Crystal Wings in
Crystal Wings get reprinted in Last Revenge.
yes. Okay, yeah, so they don't care then. Yeah, they don't. It's probably, and that's probably the card they're talking about as well, actually.
Oh, unless it's not referring to monsters at all, and we're getting things like Dimensional Barrier reprints and such.
It literally says hottest monsters.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, that's why.
Jeez. Mm-hmm. Oh, we could get a reprint of Zodiac Ram.
My God.
Rarity bump.
Yeah.
Ulti Ram. I would thoroughly enjoy an Ulti Ram. None other. Fuck rat. None Thoroughblades. Screw Whiptail. Ulti Ram. Let's go.
We should call this episode "Fuck Rat." Yeah. Otherwise, I can't really think. Comment below what you reckon is going to be reprinted that will knock our socks off. I'm struggling.
The standard is knocking of the socks.
Yeah, because no cards no monsters really high that we don't already know is being reprinted. Maybe Blood Me Feast. Anyway, moving on to the starter deck stuff. We already talked a bunch last week about the starter deck stuff, so go back to that episode if you want to hear us talk about that. But a cool thing is the rulebook is actually online now.
Yeah, with all the new link stuff, if I recall.
Yeah, so it fully explains it. There's a tutorial on it apparently as well, which I actually never called. If you're aware of the OCG terminology or the translated OCG terminology, mutual link was when you have the two arrows pointing at each other. That's now called co-link. And actually, I like that terminology. And the link number is now called link rating.
Oh, yes. Actually, I did notice that. That was actually an interesting part.
Yeah. Actually, there was one more thing as well that I noticed in that little sidebar that was a little bit different, but I could slip my mind. Yeah. Otherwise, it's all covered in the rulebook, pretty much. Good times. Then the Code of the Duelist sneak peek. We talked about OTS. OTS Pack 5 will be coming out the same weekend as Code of the Duelist comes out. So we'll start our OTS speculations soon. In a month. After we speculate on other shit. Talked about that. Megatens, they didn't say anything about the Megatens a bit annoyingly. They mentioned that. They mentioned... then the Legendary Duelists, we already talked about as well. So, there we have it. There's all the months of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're looking forward to.
Mega.
Yeah.
I still think it's going to be Omega, but there is the possibility that it's not Omega.
Nah,
these are the two options. But I reckon Omega. I reckon it's the one that's most due for a reprint.
Yeah, Omega and the rest of the side frames held their value.
Yeah, I mean, really, like, by the rest of them, you mean Gamma? Like, it's really just Gamma.
Come on. Keep it down. Shutting the door on that.
Yeah, no love, no respect.
No.
I'm just a piece of meat.
A fuck rat, if you will.
Oh, Jesus. When Zodiac Duelist says fuck rat, this is the true meaning.
Yeah. Anyway, so, I mean, that's about all I've got to talk about. Did you watch Vrains this week?
I watched most of it, and then I got to, like, 80% through of it, and then I had to do something, and if I recall, I didn't get to the rest of it. But I remember some stuff happened with cards.
Yeah, it was a bit of an underwhelming, and it was, like, after it, right? So, from a plot point, there was nothing really there. They seemed to be priming him up to be maybe like a companion, which we already seen from the opening credits and stuff. He seems to actually take a liking. So it's just going through those motions, right? They've got to really stop spoiling, like, spoilery credits. Obviously,
some shows are bad like that. Honestly, I think, like, just on a bit, I won't go on too much of a tangent, but, like, One Piece is an example where it's, like, really bad at that. Because right at the start of an arc, the intro will have, like, what pretty much happens at the end of the arc in the previews. And it's like, okay. Like,
why am I watching this if I know that's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to know how, but yeah. It's like a similar concept, right? Like, if you spoil it, like, where's the suspense? Where's the plot twist? You can't have plot twists without, not telling people.
And luckily enough, they haven't really done... Vrains hasn't gone that bad. An interesting thing of note is obviously I had a mate of mine mention that, oh, I've got Six Samurais. How will I go doing at this, right? Even the show had a crazy link combo that just goes over and over and over. And so and that's without running any of the two dragons yet. Which he had the materials to do a link for. I'm like, oh, cool, he's going to debut the dragon. And then they mentioned, oh, he's calling something, and then he just got the other link monster. But no, he...
Yeah. Just waiting for him to start making FTK Exodia.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was... So,
No, it's good. It's good. It's similar to the previous ones where they got to show the other cards getting used. However, unlike, let's just use ArcV as the scapegoat here, where they had to use like really shitty cards at the start, like that fucking fish that did like nothing at the start. Whereas this one, they're like, oh, he's using Honeybot. And it's like, okay, people know that Honeybot goes into a crazy thing that protects Naturia Beast.
Yep.
And, all this other kind of stuff. It's like, oh, look, good cards. Like, it's like the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where the protagonist isn't terrible.
Yeah, and obviously as well as using Link Spider, which like Link Spider seems to be a common denominator in creating Link decks. So it's actually it's good. Also that it just sells the pack pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a big fan of like wanting to use main characters decks. I've always liked that thought, but usually just went in hand with it being bad. Like it's actually really nice to have a deck that is going to be relatively well known and at the same time not terrible. Like maybe Cyburst themselves won't necessarily be cray, but obviously at least the extra deck monsters will be widespread use.
Yeah, looking ahead, I saw the OCG had the structure deck out today. I'm trying to get the OCG news to a oh, jeez, a nut caught in my throat. Don't eat nuts on a podcast, people.
Dirty nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, the structure deck actually has the encode talker. Yeah. So.
Yeah, the new one. Yep.
Yeah, and
it's got a really cray fucking link markers on that one. It's like down and then I think it's down and then diagonal right.
Yeah, a bit. It's definitely strange. And where was my thought process going with the old encode talker? But yeah, there's nothing broken as such about it. It just does a thing, which it's I'll probably try and play the deck for fun, but at the same time, I don't see it becoming any crazy. There's no crazy pluses basically, and that really puts it behind the meta, and also will take a little bit. It takes a bit of investment, and it's probably investment not worth doing, unless there's a card I missed in the structure deck as well that was actually busted.
I don't think so from the structure. No.
Nah. If you want to hear us actually break down OCG news, please let us know because it's a nice little preview. I like having a reason to look ahead, but at the moment. Not we're just sticking to the TCG stuff, and it'd be nice to think.
Yeah, what's going to affect you at home?
Yeah.
Unless suddenly the OCG people are listening to Team Seepage.
Team OCG?
Team OCG.
Yeah.
OCG for game.
Anyway, so looking for this week, is there anything you're looking to buy, sell, build, do anything?
No, I'm happy to at least have finished a prototype of Goat, which is good, because Goat is good. And Zoo, I've already got post-ban list, so that's fine. No, nothing really right now. How about yourself?
I've been meaning to play the Cosmo deck I built. It's still yet to come up. I was about to play on the weekend, but then I just got to sorting cards and playing Goat once again. I built Dragon Rulers, and so I was hoping to go to Nowra and play against, I think Isaac said he had spellbooks.
Oh, yeah.
So do the spellbook versus Dragon Ruler from 2013? Yeah. 2013? Yeah, I think so. Yep. So for that matchup, which will be probably degenerate and not actually fun like some people are imagining. Because they were trying to make it a thing. It's like, no, later.
What are you doing? Like full power?
Full power Dragon Rulers versus...
Full power Dragon Rulers. Triple babies, triple big ones.
Oh, 2 babies, yeah.
2 babies? Oh, that was the ratio, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you had access to triple, but you'd run out of deck space so quick. It's just so dumb. 3 Max C as well in this deck.
Yeah.
I'm glad I kept my extra secrets. Otherwise, yeah, so that's... I was actually thinking...
Maxi is so mediocre in that build. Actually, Maxi would be insane in the mirror, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Against spellbooks, it's like what they summon like once.
Oh yeah, God no. Yeah, it's like, and that was the thing. It's meant to tank a card, but then, yeah, spellbooks is definitely interesting, and it loses to and obviously loses the blaster effect right away.
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
probably not
excuse
gonna be.
me.
Yeah, I just burped off. And if you probably detected, I go silent for a few seconds. Yeah, I've been killing my mic and burping the shit because apparently this Pepsi Max does not agree with my stomach. So before I
Jeez.
go to throw up, was I going to go? Actually, I was thinking about buying Noble Knight Brothers because they didn't print it enough. And with this Noble Knight, maybe information, I might get into that thing because Noble Knight Brothers is pretty good as well. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
true.
Pretty good.
It's good.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, Unky Drew.
Oh, always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure.
And we'll try and put out an episode earlier next week. Thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.